Testing, testing. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone, and good morning. Thank you all for joining us today. For this session, Mr. Hanif Jumat will be giving a talk regarding exploring a career in cybersecurity, defending Brunei digital frontier. Okay. Mr. Hanif specializes in secure software development and building secure IT infrastructure and ensuring secure operations throughout software development process. In this talk, Mr. Hanif will be speaking about in an era of escalating cyber threats, the field of cybersecurity has emerged as a critical force safeguarding digital landscapes. This presentation offers an overview of a career in cybersecurity, delving into four primary branches: cyber defense, cyber attacks, cyber infrastructure, and cyber management. Attendees will gain valuable insights into the roles, responsibilities, and skills required for success in this dynamic and rapidly evolving field. Mr. Hanif will be answering questions towards the end of his talk. If you have any questions, please feel free to type in your questions for those online in the chat box, or you can also raise your hands if you want to ask a question by the end of the presentation. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. Hanif Jumat.
Sorry for the delay. So first thing first, let's move on to the first sections of sessions. All right. Can you guys online hear me? All right. Moving on to the first sections, cybercrime and cybersecurity statistics. 45% of organizations will be impacted by supply chain attacks, and I think this is quite true. Especially, for example, last 2 years we have Log4j attacks, and the reason why it's one of most destructive and most prominent bugs of the vulnerability is because vulnerability is not on the system itself, but rather on the open source software that they use around the system. So again, by 2025, 45% will be impacted. And in 2022 alone, 21% increase, almost 65,000 vulnerability was found. And 230% increase in crypto-related hacking, cryptojacking. In terms of money, $8 trillion, that's a lot. Even in some research, it could go up to like 10 to 11 trillion dollars. Number of attacks per day, 2,200 attacks per day. So in a year, it can go up to like 800,000 attacks. So in average, when we're talking about, according to IBM, the process of them actually, people actually identifying and actually solving and data breaches, it took them 277 days. So that's a lot of times in between identifying, discovery, sama ia punya the containment. And also, I'm sure you've heard the weakest link in cybersecurity. It's us. It's human. 85% the root causes of data breaches. So it could be because of misconfiguration. It could be you accidentally tulis you guys punya password, so people can steal it and so on. 61% phishing attack increase in 2022. So phishing still happen, scamming it's still berluasa, so there's still a lot of phishing scamming happen, and it will keep on increasing in the future. 67% raising trends in ransom DDoS attacks. I think this is quite recent ransomware type of ransomware attacks. Instead of blocking ataupun ransoming the computer, they instead for ransom DDoS attack, they attack the DDoS the company, and they demand money for them to stop attacking the DDoS attack the company. And ransomware still 435% increase in 2022 from 2021. So there's still a lot of events of ransomware still happening, and I think there's because of a lot of events macam ransomware, there's few macam jobs available now nowadays. I think macam kalau if you see our movie, the hostages situations, now we even have like ransomware untuk the mediator for ransomware. So they will discuss with the attackers so that macam maybe they can reduce the cost of the ransom they want to get. So going back to Brunei first, cybersecurity punya incident report. Based on the previous year, it's increased, I think, around, I'm not sure about the statistic, but of course, it increases a lot. And I think for now, social media still one of the most young reported other incident. Phishing is still there. Ransomware. If you think Brunei is safe from ransomware, we're not. I remember, I think it was UBD, one of the university, was attacked by ransomware. And then moving on to the technology trends, the reason I'm sharing this, I think it gives you prospect of the applications of informations in the future. What will be in the future lah. The takeaway that I want to show you here is the applied AI is currently the highest one in in one of the yang the kind of demand lah in jobs lah in McKinsey lah. So which means that there's more and more, meaning to say we're not just requiring cybersecurity personnel that knows how to protect network ataupun computer system, but we also need cybersecurity personnel that actually knows artificial intelligence or other ataupun blockchain or maybe in the future quantum technologies and bioengineering. So we need a lot of personnel to actually work on the different use cases in the futures in terms of technology. So the key takeaways, the technology it moves so fast, the security just couldn't catch up, unfortunately. More and more zero days are discovered, unfortunately. But I think this is an opportunity for us because as more security risks, the threat increase, then there's an opportunity for us for jobs as well. So what are the different jobs offered? So this is what I think a characteristic of good cybersecurity personnel, the characteristic, but I mean, it's just a characteristic. Doesn't mean like you need to have all of this. Like I don't think I even have all of these characteristics. But yeah, the first one is critical thinking skills. I think it's very important when you need to actually analyze the attacks, incidents, and you need to resolve it as quickly as possible. You also need a strong communication skills because you need to not just communicate with your fellow colleague, but you also need to tell the manager ataupun your higher level management the non-technical stuff to them. So you need to explain to them why cybersecurity is very important. Problem-solving skills, of course, when you are attacked, you need a way to solve it. So it's very important. Technical skills, yes, not just critical and communication skills. You also need the technical skills to actually solve the problem. For example, pen testers, ethical hackers, ataupun macam malware analysis, that sort of things. High ethical standards to avoid internal cybersecurity risks. As I said earlier, human is the biggest factors, the weakest link. So we need to always have that ethical standards when we're talking about cybersecurity. For example, not jangan the information itu don't leak it out, just like that. Yeah. So the next one, I think is the most important one. You need to have a passion for learning cybersecurity. I think if you don't have the passions, I don't think we'll go to this presentation, right? So the career path in cybersecurity, cyber attack, defense, architecture, and management. And I think this is just categorized that oversimplifications of the career in cybersecurity. But I think it give an overview for you guys, the different fields that you can join in, or the career that you can choose to maybe in the future. This will be your jobs lah. All right. First is cyber attacks. Cyber attacks aims to conduct attacks on computer system, basically demonstrating their capability to compromise and infiltrate the system. So basically, it's red teaming. So in an organizations, usually they have people who actually looks into the organization's security postures by attacking the organization's punya security. So when they attack it, when they found vulnerabilities, that will inform the management ataupun the defensive team how to actually resolve the problem and how they get into the system. So the career path in cyber security, there's a lot of career path, from penetration tester, incident responders, threat intelligence analysts, security researchers, malware analysts, advanced persistent threats. I think advanced persistent threat definitely will be one of the most important career or field in cybersecurity. More and more, I think if you look at our geopolitics, China, US, the Middle East, and even in our region, it's not really safe. Just look at Malaysia and Indonesia; they even hack each other, right? So get a red teamer, exploit developers, or vulnerability researchers, and security auditors. I will not be able to explain everything. I've highlighted the penetration testers. I will be explaining three carriers in cybersecurity Brunei. The first one is penetration testers. Imagine it's sort of much, I think you know it, ethical hackers. They play the crucial roles in probing the weakness within ethical boundaries. The key point here is ethical. So penetration tester, in terms of ethical, they do it in process. They don't just attack the organization ataupun suka-suka hati. They need to have permissions to attack, or all sort of procedures they need to do before they can actually do the attacks. The second one is threat intelligence analyst. The role of threat intelligence analyst is you sort of macam digital detective. So you collect, analyze data to identify potential cyber attacks. For example, macam you can 5G, it's still new in Brunei. The threat intelligence analysts, they are the one who actually looks into whether 5G is secure for Brunei or not. Identify what are the problem, and maybe whether it's secure or not, and they will relay that into the management. And next one that I want to present, malware analyst, but I forgot to highlight it. So yeah, so it's specialized in dissecting malicious software, so understanding its functionality, creating solutions to neutralize the threats. Again, as I've shown earlier, phishing attacks are more and more happening, ransomware, DDoS attacks. All of them need someone to actually analyze the malware. So Brunei is in need of people who are actually able to resolve this kind of issues. The now and future carry part in cyber attacks, just my opinion, I think AI-powered adversarial attack specialists, as I've mentioned earlier, AI will be, there's definitely AI will be used more and more in cybersecurity. Quantum cybersecurity analysts is still way ahead of us, but once quantum is there, right now we're here, when it's here, we will definitely have a lot of problems, because most technology right now uses macam cryptography yang pakai prime. So it will be easier for quantum computing untuk hack all the tadi punya certificate atau tak. So we need people to actually research on this. And also quite recent, blockchain security auditors, more and more people, Brunei currently going towards blockchain. We do have a digital ID, which will be based on blockchain. So we need people who can actually do a security auditing on the blockchain applications that we develop in the future. So next one is cyber defense, aims to protect any computer systems from attacks towards its CIA, the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So this is the career paths in cyber defense. there's a lot. Again, due to the limited time, I will only be able to explain a few of them. Secure software developers. I think before this, I always have the misconceptions of software developers. Any software developers here? We have few here because previously my thought when thinking about software developers, you just have to develop things, right? Like you don't care about you don't like when I was developing back then, the first time I didn't even care about security. I just push the features, that's it. But now security is a must, so security should be by design. So even during development, you should think of security. Yeah. So the next one is security engineer, security architect for digital defense. They are the one who design and implement robust security solutions, conduct risk assessment, and fortify network against cyber threats. So basically, they play key roles are incident response and also policy. And also SOC analyst ataupun security operation center analyst. For usually in every organizations, you need someone to actually monitors your organization, right? So they are the one who will be looking at your thousands of data around your logs. They are the one who will be able to identify, they need to identify attacks, respond to alerts, and of course remediate if there's any issues that they encounter. Again, future part in career cyber defense, I definitely think our threat intelligence analyst, because I've seen multiple countries in Vietnam. I've seen one of the company developing artificial intelligence to specifically pen testing the network. So they offer it as one of the service. So maybe in Brunei, there could be some kind of AI in terms of cybersecurity as well. Another one is cloud security, DevSecOps engineer. I think my colleague will present this later on. Do come. I think cloud will be very. I think now everyone is moving towards cloud. Maintaining all the server backbone, bare metal is just too expensive, too much hassle. It's easier to subscribe to AWS ataupun Google Cloud, and you can actually just with a push of a button, you just need to write few codes, and you can actually you can use Terraform to write the code as an infrastructure. And of course, you also need to think of the security in terms of how you can access control to the cloud. And also edge security specialist. This is more towards IoT. Everyone has more and more IoT being used due to the limitations of IoT. Most of them would want to store the data closer to the users, closer to the IoT itself, so that it will be easier so that they don't have to push to the cloud directly, so that it will be easier for data collections and so on. Cyber architectures aim to design and implement manage secure network infrastructures. I do believe this is where I am, architecture part. So there's a lot of different career path you can choose. So the first one that we'll explain is the cloud security architect. So cloud security architect, the primary responsibility is implementing security measures for cloud-based system. I think you might think that managing cloud is easy, the security-wise, but to be honest, it's very difficult. I've seen an example where AWS, like they always change their dorang punya way to connect to not. So sometimes pipeline, the DevSecOps pipeline can break because of some changes that they made around AWS. So there's a lot of things that you need to consider in terms of cloud security when you're actually developing or architecting the cloud, how you can actually manage them. Network architect, they are the one who's actually developing the architecture of the network from point A, how the data flow from point A to point B. And also information security architect. Information security architect, they are the one who will be in an organizations. Usually, they are the one who's protecting the company punya digital assets. So they are the one who will provisions storage, how the access to the data, and so on. So now, what do I think of the futures in the futures? Advanced connectivity infrastructure architect. Yes, definitely. 5G is around. 6G probably next 10 years. So we need people or working on this type of infrastructure. Bioengineering cybersecurity architect, it's not here at the moment. In Brunei, I believe, still not here, but maybe in the next 5 years, there'll be some types of bioengineering, there'll be more bioengineering and how we can actually resolve the challenges in bioengineering. And AR and VR, it's here, but there's no actual guidelines ataupun how we can actually manage in terms of cybersecurity for AR and VR. Let's say if crime happen around metaverse, if you steal someone, what will happen? Do you actually get penjara ke apa? We don't know. So, yeah. So cyber management, it's aimed to oversee the postures of an organization, ensuring adherence to compliance standards and fostering awareness. So usually kalau cyber management ni orang tinggi-tinggi ni, CISO or yang macam CEO apa, the managers, they're the one yang usually in cyber management. Not only that, tapi also included training managers ataupun macam orang HR itu kan. They could be part of the cyber management as well, risk managers and so on. The first one, the most important one, I think, I'm not sure if you heard of CISO. They're the one who, the leader of an organization who's working to align cybersecurity with the company goals ataupun the business goals. And then security awareness training managers. This is actually, I think, people underestimate the training managers, and I do believe that because I've heard like people don't really want to go to this field because it doesn't look like it's involved cybersecurity, but in actual training managers is very important because they are the one who raise awareness to us cybersecurity, even us again, like I mentioned, human make error. And I think I remember this talk from one of the developers from Blizzard. He was talking about phishing attacks. Like 90% of the staff click the phishing attempts, and after training, after 5 years, they did the same. Training, the same phishing, and they actually find that people actually listens to what the training manager did, because before that they didn't even have any training in terms of awareness on phishing attempt. So don't underestimate the awareness training. Do attend awareness training if you have. Okay, security operation managers, they're the one who involve the day-to-day operations. If there's an attack, they're the one who will documenting it. Now and future career path, AI governance and compliance officers. As I've mentioned, there's no guidelines on AI. There's need of governance in terms of managing AI in security. Trust architecture strategies. Anyone heard of ZTA, Zero Trust Architecture. Will play very important roles now and in the futures, especially in terms of architecturing network. Next, just a shout out to the recipients of Women in Cybersecurity 2023, and shout out to my colleague Jasmine Wong and Zara Laila. There's a reason why I'm putting them, both of them here. Jasmine Wong, she's the senior lawyer who's working on PDPO. Anyone heard of that? So PDPO is the Personal Data Protection Orders for Brunei. Basically aims to regulate how organizations can use your data. So she's one of the people who involved in this, and in the future there'll be more new carriers. For example, privacy officers, data protection officers, because I think one of the requirement for PDPO, each organizations must have privacy officers. Correct me if I'm wrong. And also shout out to my colleague Zara Laila, because she's one of the leading expert in CSB for blockchain. So blockchain, I think, is very quite new, and we don't have enough people who can actually work on ensuring cybersecurity security in Brunei. So maybe in the future, you guys can select one of the trends, become the expert on it, and maybe I will put your name here for my presentations. Yeah, so key takeaways, which career path to choose, is one better than the others? Any easy path? Unfortunately, I don't have the answers for that. Ask yourself, which one do you like? Because again, as I've mentioned earlier, it's your life. You have your own unique journey. Choose one. Right. So moving on to certification versus degree, which one should I choose? I remember having this argument with my, not argument, more like discussions with my colleague. Which one is better, certifications ataupun college degree? My friend he was pro college degree. Myself, I was pro certifications, because when I was applying for job, it was very hard, because most of the job descriptions requires like certifications, this and that. So I did at the time find it very hard to find a job. In the end of the day, the takeaways that I can get from that is basically, I will explain this later on. Yeah, before that, degree benefits. What are the benefits of degree program? It's comprehensive educations, definitely. When you they teach you a lot in schools, and also the career flexibility. Career flexibility, because having degree open doors to variety of career path, which is true. With cybersecurity, you can cybersecurity degree. You can maybe choose if you want to go to incident response or computer network, cybersecurity, or malware analysis, and so on and so forth. And then it also offers a career advancement opportunities. I think most company in Brunei, especially the manager level, requires degree ataupun masters, and also long-term investment, 4 years of your life. Yeah. Right, cons, time and cost. It can get very expensive. And then another one, rapid technological changes. I do remember this because the tools that I used, like when I was in uni, was no longer used in 2023. So always sad about that, but yeah. So, and also limited focus on practical skills, which is true for some unis, but might be different it might be different between unis. But for mine, definitely limited in terms of practical skills in cybersecurity. Now, the certification benefits, it's specialized skills validations. You're basically, for example, you're learning, you're getting CCNA, you're basically teaching yourself to learn how to use Cisco products. So meaning to say you're specialized on Cisco products. So industry recognitions. So if you have certificate, for example, CISSP, you just put it on your CV, you will get job immediately. Yeah. But you need a lot of experience though for you to get it. Yeah, quick skill acquisitions is like only a few months. Then masuk tu yang kanan keluar tengah kiri, but you get the certificate and then improve your skills. Cost effective and time efficient, but the cons is it's too narrow. But in a way, it could be an advantage because, like when you learn Cisco product, for example, it's almost similar to Huawei punya product in terms of the iOS punya command data. Validity durations, which is quite a bummer. Usually, only like 3 years, 2 years. So after that, you have to either renew it through getting the certificate again, do the test again, or you can use CPE. Either way. So which one should you choose? Should I choose? So getting back to the question earlier, discussions with my colleague, you should just get both of them. I think one of my biggest regret when I was in uni, I did not get certifications when I was studying. I wish I've done certificate earlier so that I can get like the experience early on. Right, so choosing the right certificate, I think again it depends on you. I definitely cannot answer this. So depending on your career goals, what you want to do in the futures. Also, assess your current skills level and opt for certifications ataupun degree yang that matches your skills level. And also look into, like when you have chosen your career goals, you also need to look into the industry punya recognitions. Like if you went for networking, you definitely look into the industry punya what are they required, do they required certification in Cisco, or are they using Huawei punya product. So again, it depends on the industry. Practical experience, renewal requirements, and cost and time. So this is just some of the things that we need to consider when choosing a certification. Of course, it could be different from one another. So in terms of degree for Bruneian, we're quite lucky. UBD ada digital forensics. Brunei pun we do have national forensic lab. And computer network and computer security are UTB. And of course, tadi pun we are lucky because there's a lot of telecommunications punya. We do have a vibrant telecommunication industry in Brunei, I believe. So type of certifications, there's entry level, there's specialized one, there's also technical level. The entry level one, when you just entered to the field, this is the type of certification that you should choose. For example, macam CompTIA, specialized one, and also technical certifications. All right. Moving on to cyber tech certifications. This is just my opinion. I think if I would go back and I would learn cyber tech, I would definitely choose either CH from EC Council ataupun EJPT from INE Security. Each one of them is good. You just have to choose which one that you prefer. Ataupun again, the cost pun there might be a few cost different. You just do the research and choose which one that you're more into. Cyber defense certifications. You can go to JSC certifications, GSEC ataupun GWAP, but I definitely wouldn't I don't want you to consider the GR option because it's very expensive. Usually costs like 4K US dollar. Yeah, it's very expensive. So you should get the CH and then you move to certified incident handlers, ataupun maybe you want to be a forensics analyst, that you could get CH, then choose the other EC Council's punya certifications. Cyber architecture, cyberation, I've mentioned a lot of Cisco, Grow, CCNA ataupun CCNP. But I think nowadays, not just the server itself ataupun the switching apa, you also need to know cloud punya products. For example, Google Cloud sama AWS. I would definitely choose if there was back then there's no Google Cloud and Google Cloud Associate ataupun professional ataupun AWS Associate ataupun professional. But if I would go back and there's this certificate, I would definitely choose the Google Cloud or AWS because it's cheap and it's you can actually learn a lot of about cloud. Getting this one of the two products, one of the two certifications. CISM, CSSP for cyber management, as I've mentioned, it's managerial level. You can look into CISM, CSSP, but of course, CISM and CSSP requires a lot of experience. For example, CSSP, the requirement is you need to be in the industry for 5 years, and you also need to, there's few more requirements, but yeah, 5 years is mandatory before you actually get your certification. Which is why I would go into Security Plus, and then I will continue to Cybersecurity Analyst and Cybersecurity Personnel, because CompTIA, for this part, they offer almost similar content towards CSP and CISM. The only thing different would be the way they ask the questions. CISM and CSSP, more they're asking point of view of a manager. So it will be there's a big difference between the three certificate. So key takeaways: having certificates or degree, it does increase your job opportunities. The career path that you choose determines the certificates ataupun the degree that you should get. So moving on to how you can actually get your hand dirty. First thing first, step one, get your degree ataupun certifications, either one or both is good. Next one is online courses and platform, Udemy, edX, Coursera. I've been using Udemy for a very long time, but if you look at the price, it's like $100, $90 above. It's very expensive, but which is why usually they have like deals, discounted like 90%. So the price drop to like $9.99, $12.99. So you have to look at the website. If there's a deal, it will be much cheaper and compared to like buying at the regular price. edX and Coursera is good also. Books, PackPub, Amazon. I've been using PackPub for the last 6 years, 7 years, since I was in degree. One of the best investment that I think I've paid like $9.99 every month. The resources in PackPub, huge, a lot of topics, not just cybersecurity, in AI, you can learn Python and so on. You can also look into Amazon Books, where you do need a Kindle. Interactive platforms, Hack the Box and Try Hack Me. It's a very good platform for you to learn hacking, because they actually teaches you step by step how to the process of hacking, the process of using the tools and so on. And also there's capture the flag challenges. Hack the Box not only have interactive like platform for you to use to learn hacking, but they even offer a capture the flag challenges. So you can learn a lot from capture the flag these challenges. And then YouTube channel, just search and you can find so many free resources. Yeah, it's not because I was lazy or something that. So hands-on and virtual labs, Vulnhub, Metasploitable, OWASP DVWA. This is a good resources for you to learn, especially for because basically you don't want your computer to get infected by ano kan. So use containerized, use Dockers, use virtual resources, virtual labs, and you can install Vulnhub ataupun Metasploitable. Yeah, and also very important, programming language. Depending on your career path, you have to choose to learn the programming language. If you're learning a high level one, then Python is enough. But if you're working on physical pen testing, then you probably need to learn C++ ataupun C language lah. And I think you just need, to be honest, I think you just need to understand one. By understanding one, you can actually understand most of them because it's programming language. It's almost similar. They have the same concept. And learn the tools: Wireshark, Snort, Nessus, Eggcrack, Hashcat, Burpsuite, and I've been using Cyberchef. A lot of uses, especially for certificate. X509 lah tu. Yeah, so key takeaways: learn cybersecurity with hands-on experience, and don't just depend on one resources. Because I remember because one resources might teach you a technique, but another might teaches you a different technique. So look into different resources, attend meetup and network actively. You guys attending here could be one of them. And you don't actually have to pay much to learn. YouTube can be good. Learn from other people as well. Anyone else on IT? I'm not sure if there's an IT is like a community for computer. I think they also have like I'm not sure if they still do like meetup in yeah. So the next sections, demonstrate yourself. Once you have all the education and certifications, Alhamdulillah. So that's important. Get educations. The second one I think is very important is defining your niche. It's impossible to learn defining your niche. Basically, it's useless to learn everything all at once while you can just focusing on one, if that makes sense. Because I think in terms, for example, the reason why I say this, like for example, macam firewall, you just need to learn one and you'll be able to understand the rest. Same with programming, you just need to learn one, and it's possible you can do the other as well. So again, for myself, I've due to my educations, I definitely am in cyber architectures, but you also need to. You also need to know other carriers. For example, cyber defense. You just need to get a little bit of information. Yeah. A mentorship, I think is very important. Another thing that I regret the most when I was in uni, I did not get into mentorship. If I would go back, I would have applied for work earlier. Maybe like after my what is it called, the discovery year. After discovery year, I would have applied for mentorship, because I think it's very important to gain the knowledge from others who are actually an expert in the field, and it actually helps to develop your skills, and they can guide you on the career. create a profile. You LinkedIn, it's the easiest one. And also, I think another important one is look into competitions, CTF competitions. ITPSS have Cyber Battle. Join it. Maybe if you win, you can get prize money. Represent Brunei to ASEAN Cyber Battle ke apakah. Yeah. But if you more to developers, you can actually join Bigta. Because this year they have, last year they have a category on technology. 30% is security, so that could be one of your competition that you can join. Lastly, to summarize, technology moves so fast, but security risks are increasing, and the shortages of labor, which mean opportunity for you guys. The different jobs in cybersecurity, and whether to choose certification ataupun degree, and you to get started cybersecurity, you need to get your hand dirty by actually doing something. And lastly, you just demonstrate your skills and abilities, one of them by doing CTF. That's all for my presentations. If you have any questions. Hi.
Okay, so now we will be entering the Q&A session.
We have one questions.
I'm Tony from Vietnam, so
We have one from Vietnam. I just mentioned.
I have several in IT and deal with a lot of companies, so I still feel system. You know that it's so hard to do the cyber security because it's kind of community. They do the different kind of technology, the different kind of business sector and everything else. So it's so hard. Like you may define some principle, you might define some cyber security, but you always worry about the system, and you never know that it's got hacked or not.
Yes.
So a few days ago, my friend, the company of my friend, Cyber they got hacked for $15 million. What a something. No, they have a very strong security. They have free company, consulting company to do the cyber security and consulting for everything else, and instead of hacked for $15 million. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. From this, like, I'm not sure if that text is like 0 days or if
They got hacked by some. I think there's some kind of internal team. So they some Google Tag Manager.
Oh.
Yeah, for some error from front end, and another one of my friends who CTO the PNG game, so they got hacked via the system that operates the dog.
So most like hardware text.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. I think even no matter like how much we spend, no matter what we implement, the risk is always there. We can never protect the computer system 100%. The only way we can do is mitigate it, right?
Yeah.
So insurance is one of them. I'm sure they do have insurance, or they know where to protect their data. Let's say if it's ransomware, make sure you have all the data secure in place. In case same thing happen to your company or in your organizations, and it could be worse. All the information in your company kind of write off. Then when you have backup, then you can actually reinstall back to the system and help with the yeah. Is it happened recently?
Yeah, it's happened 2 days ago.
3 days ago. Wow.
Is there any more questions?
So you can share like your experience, if you want, like if your career path they want to choose something.
Okay, there aren't any questions online. So if there aren't any more questions, we shall conclude the talk. Thank you so much, Mr. Hanif, and also thank you to everyone that joined today. Have a good night.
Thank you.